Hi, it's Megan. I was very intrigued by the Guerlain Terracotta Joli Teint Foundation. So I got two colors because I wasn't really sure which color would work best on me. And then it was also during the Friends and Family at Sephora, so I was getting a discount on and figured it was a good time to buy foundation. So I actually swatched them and tried them on in the store, and I still wasn't sure which of the two colors. So these are $53. There are 5 shades, and they have 1 ounce in them. So according to the package, it says beautifying foundation with sunscreen, sun-kissed healthy glow. And what I really liked about the concept was in the summertime, it's always hard for me at least to figure out what foundation to use because I'm much more careful about sunscreen on my face than I am about sunscreen on my body, so there tends to be a mismatch between my colors. And so the idea that this basically was going to give me kind of a healthy looking finish that was radiant, but also was designed as part of the Terracotta, which is the bronzing line that Guerlain has, just was really intriguing. So according to Guerlain, they say that the lightweight formula gives skin an instant touch of summer, leaving behind a perfectly radiant glow. It contains nourishing natural ingredients which counter the visible effects of fatigue, reviving dull skin for an even complexion. Since I didn't sleep that well last night, you can see what you think. And they say it's to work as a base. Each of the shades is to work as a base for the bronzers that you put on. So does it have a radiant, healthy finish? I don't know, you look at it and tell me. I do have a little bit of powder, setting powder, not a lot over it, but I basically put this on with a brush. And I did the lighter of the shades. So I have Claire, which is light, and that's right here. And then I tried to make it so it would show up on camera. And then I have Natural right there, which is the next shade. And I think they're both more yellow based. But I do think that the Claire is a little bit, or the light is a little bit lighter, but it's also a little bit pinker. So I have a brush. I have been able to apply this both with a brush or with my fingers, but I will say it's a little drying. I've got really dry skin, and where I am right now, we've had an amazingly hot winter. So right now it's in the 90s. We had 70s, 80s for much of the winter, so my skin is really dry to begin with. But a lot of times what I do is I put moisturizer on and sunscreen, wait 5 minutes, and then put my foundation on. I found this one's a little bit drying on my dry skin, and it's better for me to put it on right after the moisturizer. But it's still a little bit dry. So I don't know if you can see. Does it give a radiant, natural finish? Yeah, I think it does. It's similar to me, in my opinion, to something like the Giorgio Armani finish, which is almost a matte, but they have just this very fine sheen, dewiness to them that doesn't look like shimmer or like you put a big highlighter in there or a lot of all that, you know, overkill. It's just a really soft sheen. So I'm going to apply a little bit so you can see. I'm not going to put where the blush is. I don't have any bronzer on because I didn't want to. I don't know if you can see the colors at all, but I figured I would at least try it. So I've got the Natural on this side and then a light on this side. I really don't know if it'll show up at all, but I figured I would try. And so like I said, with me, with my yellow, no I didn't say, with me, with my yellower undertones, I actually slightly prefer the Natural because tonally it's not that much darker, and when I apply it on lightly, I can't tell such difference in that respect, but I do like the fact that it's a little bit less pink than the other one. And you can see the finish it's giving my arm. It really is kind of a dewy, it's a kind of a light to medium coverage, but it really does even out my skin tone. And I do need to use a concealer, but I do get a much more even, polished look by using this foundation, so I guess it does what it's supposed to do. I still don't fully understand the concept of the Terracotta. I guess it does give kind of a sun-kissed look to it, but not as much as perhaps I expected, though I don't really know what I expected. And I have tried it with bronzer. I just didn't want to do it with the bronzer so it wouldn't kind of change the color of it. And I do have the light on the rest of my face, but it does work beautifully with the Guerlain bronzers. That's what I've been using with it, just to stay consistent. Overall, what do I think? I think that this is a super high quality foundation. It is a medium light coverage. It's maybe a little bit drier than I would like. For me personally, does that help in the summer? You know, it just might. It just might. I've worn it outside in this hot weather and it lasts phenomenally. Really beautiful finish. It doesn't sweat off, which is kind of nice. Where it hasn't, it does in my yoga class, but it doesn't just in day-to-day life. And I think that's it. I really like it. It's up there quality-wise with kind of the best of the foundations, which I guess is what you would expect from Guerlain. And that's all I have to say. I like the Luminous Glow. Thank you. Subscribe on YouTube. I would love to hear what other people have to say, if they have any thoughts about the two different shades. I'm going to be wearing them for the next couple months and seeing what I think of them. So you can always comment on YouTube later and see if I have any updates. And I think that's it.